Well, welcome to Puff Daddy Reef. Today I have an update on my innovative marine Nuvo Fusion aquarium. It's looking pretty good right now because I just cleaned it out, scraped a lot of the algae and did a water change. There's a little bit of algae caught on some of the corals that was floating around, but that should disappear soon. It's been a long time since I've updated because I've been rather busy at work. But I wanted to share with you some of the growth that I've had in this aquarium. It has absolutely blossomed. The biggest changes that I've made recently have been that I've replaced the Kessil A160 and the Aqua Illumination Prime with two Kessil A80s. Now these lights are not quite as powerful as before, but I'm mainly a zoanthid and paleothoa dominated tank with a little bit of hard coral just for fun. But they're all spares that I have brought from my tank at home, so if they don't make it, I'm fine with it. They've been under these lights, the Kessil A80s, for maybe a couple months, and they've seemed to have done just fine. I've got them cranked up at 100% though, which you normally don't do with a lot of LEDs, but what I like about them is they're absolutely dead silent because there's no fan, and they just look really sleek over this tank. One thing you might notice is I have a feeder in my aquarium, and this is an automated feeder because this is actually a tank at work or in my research lab, and I don't always come in on the weekends, or I might travel for a week at a time, and that feeder keeps everyone fed. It's actually amazing how self-sufficient this aquarium is. I do very little maintenance on it, and the whole thing is still alive and kicking, so I'm very happy with that. I use a little bit of kalkwasser in my auto top-off, and that seems to bring out an extra bit of purple coralline algae on the rocks. So these are actually my most purplish rocks that I have. Now most of my fish in this tank are very shy, so the only one you see out right now is my Oscularis clownfish. I also have a blenny, which you can kind of see him. He's hiding back there. So there's my blenny. And I also have a purple black cap basilet, and he is very shy, but does come out from time to time. Since I just did a water change, he is not in the mood to come out and see what's going on, so he's going to snuggle down there for maybe a day or two. I also have a very small shrimp goby. I don't remember quite the species, but he also comes out quite often. So that's the tank, and it's really, grown in really well. Some of these corals are just gorgeous. So those are those utter chaos ones, or those orange ones in the center. They're doing really well. The color on these frog spawns is way better than the color on my frog spawn at home, and I think that's just because this is a lower light tank. I also have these different types of, I think I have these pink everlasting gobstopper zoas, trying to get the focus right, and then those ones right there are rastas. Back here, let me get a different angle. Sorry about this, a little bit of salt creep, but these are some very cool pallies, just astonishing colors of green and blue. And then I have some SPS there, so I've got like a little plate. I've got some sand dollar coral back there, and I've got kind of a weird collection of bird's nests back here. And they're still alive and doing well. A few more zoas. A little toadstool there that's doing just fine. It's a little shriveled up because of the water change. And then my clownfish, and he just loves that anemone. I call him blue because when I bought him he had a little bit of blue on his stripe, and he's a pretty aggressive clownfish. He'll nip at you when you're cleaning your tank, but he thinks pretty much he owns this whole thing. I'm gonna give you a quick view from the top. If you notice this tank, I don't use any circulation pumps at all. All I use is the stock pump from the tank. That's it. I use an auto top off system. So this is a Tunzi ATO, and I use a Neptune Systems Apex controller. But no additional circulation because, you know, it's a small tank. It doesn't really need it. And even the SPS is, for the most part, still alive. So I'm just going to leave you a little shot of the tank. And it's really looking good. So I'm really pleased with how it's been going. I'm probably going to move it in a couple months and break it down. So it is kind of sad, but it's been a great tank to have. Very peaceful with a lot of great corals. So thanks for joining me for an episode of Puff Daddy Reef. Please like and subscribe. If you have any questions about the coral, put a comment down below. Also, if you have any questions about these lights, I'd be happy to answer any questions you have about them. So far I've been very happy with these Kessil A80s, especially if you have a bedroom tank or an office tank, anything that you want to be really quiet. They're very good, but you just have to run them at full power, and you're not going to grow certain types of acros. But that's all for today, so thanks for watching. Puff Daddy Reef. Happy reefing.